Hello everyone. It's been a long time. We have done property 1 to 5 and property 6 was remaining. So today I am going to take up property 6 of determinants. And as you can see, the property goes like this. If one row is made up of sum of two elements, then we can just split this up, leaving the second and the third row which have single elements as they are, and just split the first row as ACE. That's one of the two elements which are present here, and the other one goes in the second determinant. Okay. So this is how property 6 works, and that's why I did leave this in the previous videos. We'll be taking up examples to understand this. And so the first example, just see the property once again. If any one row or column has two entries like this, then you can split it up. Okay, the remaining two rows or two columns will stay as they are. Fine. So we'll take up one of the example and see how it works. So this is the first example that I am taking up. As you can see, the first column is made up of sum of two entries in each of these elements. So we are going to split this up. But before that, we can see that over here root 5 is common. So I'll do that, taking root 5 common from the second column and from the third column. So we'll be left with, I will write root 3 first because we are going to split this as root 3, root 15 and 3. So that something can be taken common from it, and that's root 3. So I've taken root 5 common from here, 1, root 5, and 15 is 3 into 5, so that's root 3. And over here, 2 5s and root 5 into root 5. So I have this. Now we will split it up. So this becomes root 5 into root 5, so that is 5. And my first determinant will be the first entries of the first column, and the summation 1 I will put behind. I'll take a common 5 there. So root 23, root 46 and root 115. The rest, second and the third column will be as it is. As per the property, you just have to split the one of the row or column, and here we are splitting the first column. Now we see that over here root 3 can be taken common. So I am going to write this root 3 common. So I'll write 5 into root 3 for the first one. So we have 1, root 5 and root 3 because 3 can be written as root 3 into root 3. So this column is same. And that's why the value of this determinant will, the first one will become 0, since we know that if two columns or two rows are identical, the value of the determinant is 0. And over here we have root 23 common because I have not put 5 common. I am writing 5 with this as well as with this one. So 5 root 23, 1, root 2 and root 5. So we have 1, root 5, root 3 and again 1, root 2, root 5. Over here also we have two columns identical. So as per the previous property which we have done, this is 0 because two of the columns are identical and this value is also 0. So the final answer is 0. This is how the property works. That is, if we have sum of two entries, we will split it up and then solve it further. So to understand this better, we'll take up another example which is from the NCERT book. Okay, so this is the next question we are taking up. It is x, y, z, x square, y square, z square, and as we can see in the third column, we have sum of two entries. So we'll split this up, starting with the left hand side. Since I have to arrive to this result, I will split the determinant with the first entries as 1, and the next one we will take x, y, z. The first two columns are not going to change. Where there is summation only, that we will split up. So this becomes px cube, py cube and pz cube. So we'll leave this as it is for the time being, and let's see what we can do with the second determinant. As you can see, X is common from the first row, Y from the second, and Z from the third. So I have X, Y, Z common from first row. I have X common, second Y, and third we have Z common. Okay, taking X common from row 1. Okay, or you can write like this: R1 changes to 1 by X R. That's what we have done. Okay, we are taking X common. And similarly, you can write R2 changes to 1 by Y R2 and R3 changes to 1 by Z R3. So this is what we get after the first step. Now, as you can see, from column 3, I have P common. So we'll do that and then we'll see what comes up. Okay. On simplification, I have taken P common, and this is what the next step is. Now you can see both the determinants have the same kind of entries, only thing they are not in the same corresponding rows or columns. So as you can see, this is in the first and over here it is in the second column. So what we'll do is we'll interchange, and we know that when we interchange two rows or two columns, the value becomes additive inverse. So if I am going to bring this to the first one, that means I am interchanging first and second column, this will become minus. Okay, if you have doubt with this properties, there is a video uploaded for this one regarding the other properties. Do go and visit that, so the properties will be clear. Now you see, you have X, Y, Z first, but I want this 1, 1, 1 at the third column. So once again, I will do that, and in the bracket you see that you write down whatever steps you are doing. So that means in the previous one, I will have to write that I have interchanged C1 and C2, and now what we are doing is we are interchanging C2 and C3. Or you can write it words. Okay, so once again we interchange, we get one more minus sign and it becomes positive. This is X, Y, Z, X square, Y square, Z square, and we have 1, 1, 1 over here. So now we have the same thing, same determinant. So if we take the determinant common, we are going to get 1 plus Pxyz into the determinant. So that will be the next step. I will write it up. So we have come up to here with 1 plus Pxyz and this. As we know, we wanted one of the factor as 1 plus Pxyz. Then we want x minus y, y minus z, and z minus x. As such also, whenever we have determinant, we should try to get 2 zeros, and as you can see, here it is 1, 1, 1. So let's subtract it down. That is, I am going to take row 2 changes to row 2 minus row 1, and at the same step, I will do this also. Okay. So it's going to become 1 plus Pxyz. First row is not changing. What is changing? Second row. Y minus x. Y square minus x square and 1 minus 1. Z minus x. Z square minus x square and 1 minus 1. So we have 1 plus Pxyz and this column as it is. Over here we can factorize this to y minus x and y plus x. Z minus x and z plus x. So we see that what is common here from second row y minus x and from third row z minus x. So I will write it here. This factor we do have. With that now we have y minus x and we have z minus x. What's remaining is x square 1. Okay, now this becomes 1 because we have taken common. 0, 1, z plus x and 0. So we will try to expand from the ones where we have more zeros would become easy, like this one, column 3. So it is plus minus plus. It goes like this. If you go with column 1, plus minus plus, with column 2, minus plus minus, and with column 3, plus minus plus. Okay. That is according to the cofactors, which also I have taken up in one of the videos if you would like to see that. Solving this further, this becomes y minus x z minus x, and let's expand from the third column. So 1 into this. So 1 into what do we have? Z plus x minus of this. So minus y minus x. This gets cancelled. If we observe the right hand side, it has x minus y minus z, and z minus x. So what I have done is I have taken negative common from both of this. So finally I have positive, and this is the right hand side. So whenever we have two terms, a sum of two terms in one full column or one full row, what you can do is just split the determinant so that we can simplify it. It would become easier to solve. Yep. If you want more questions on this, please leave in the comment box. I'll be very happy to solve it for you. See you in the next video.